Hey everyone, welcome back to Stormveil Castle in Elden Ring. So the last episode was fairly haphazard, kind of all over the place. This episode, I'm not going to lie, will probably end up being the same. I had some pretty good notes on where to go and when to go, but it didn't work out the way I had planned. So, my goal this time is to be a little bit less chaotic, but also make some progress through. I am planning to take out the grafted scion at some point during this episode, but the first thing I want to do is get down here, and I'm probably just going to do the jump across, and then we'll drop down rather than fighting that banished knight again. We're already going to be fighting one in the area down there once we get there. So wait for them to turn around. I don't know if they would spot me coming around, but best to just wait for them. You can drop on the other side of this wall as well, which will take you to a different section that we are going to get to eventually. So we're going to go through this area again. Didn't run quite far enough. So I think this... Oh, this is the little bridge that goes across the... where we dropped down and got that item. And then over on the other side is the stone sword key door. And this will take him out just to make sure that he doesn't come back around or follow us around. And one thing that I did not point out before, we are going to go down there eventually. That door over there is locked. And I didn't get to show that off because we did not fight this banished knight, and I should have waited. So you can sneak up behind him and get a backstab, which is always a good way to start the fight. And then Bloodhound Finesse, Quick Step, and then one or two more slashes should do it. And we got his greaves, so that's good. We can take a look at those. Oh, and also let's read the items that we got last time that I forgot about. So we have a greaves. I think this might be the same description as the helmet that we have. These greaves were worn by knights who, whether by misfortune... Yeah, this is the same description, but they're for the greaves. We also picked up a weathered straight sword from one of the commoners. Straight sword with a rather short but wide blade. Simple to wield, it is known as the sword of the people. Though the Erd tree styling is still visible, time has not been kind to this sword, now merely a shadow of its former self. And we also got a commoner's headband altered. A headband with the cloth removed, standard wear for commoners of the lands between. Only there are no commoners remaining with their wits about them. Alright, so our opaline bubble tier should break momentarily. And we'll come up here and we get a mimic veil. So let's read that item description. This one is a golden veil of intricate design. Uses FP to mimic nearby objects. When Godric was hounded from Leyndell, the royal capital, this was one of a multitude of treasures he took with him, also known as Marika's Mischief. Okay, so let's use that real quick, just to show you what it does. So it basically turns you into an object from the surrounding area. So we've seen these boards in like on the battlements and ramparts and stuff, so kind of silly, kind of dumb. Obviously not going to work to trick anybody inside. And then if we were to use, where is it? Right, no. Oh, this item I don't think we ever read. We got this one at the beginning of the game, the Memory of Grace. This one, you lose all of your runes and return to the last site of Lost Grace visited. That's really cool. It looks like a reflection on a lake. The Memory of First Grace, which once guided bygone Tarnish to the lands between. Lose all runes and return to the last site of Grace visited. It is merely a cycle. Stand before the Elden Ring, become the Elden Lord. That sounds familiar. Maybe we did read it. This one right here, the Grace Mimic. So let's go ahead and use that one real quick. So it doesn't turn you into it, but it does create a fake site of Grace on the ground. So I would think that this would have been better to trick people when the game first came out and people weren't as familiar with the maps. So that's what those items do. Just wanted to show that off and turn left. And this door right here, coming this way, it would have said this door is locked from the other side, something along those lines. But because we came from up above, we didn't have to worry about that. So I looked in here and completely forgot to come in. So this one is definitely an important one to get, if I remember correctly. So get him, come over here, and we get another stone sword key, which is definitely an important one to have. And from this treasure chest, we get another pickled turtleneck. So, not spectacular, but he's looking around for his friends. Okay, so a couple of options that we can do now. The first of which I don't want to do because I don't want to lose my runes. We are going to fight the Grafted Scion, but we'll approach him from a different direction. So I'm going to come over here. These dogs are a little bit stronger. So with the glintstone, they take, I think that was 4 shots. So don't take them lightly, be very careful. So we get a lump of flesh, a golden rune 1, and a very important item, the Chrysalid's Memento. Let me say that again, the Chrysalid's Memento. So, and the Grafted Scion is going to be through here. Whoa, man, that got me all turned around. What part of the room are we? Okay. So out the, like this other doorway right across there is the elevator to the site of Grace. So let's read the item real quick, then we'll teleport to the site of Grace, and then we will take care of a couple things and then fight the Scion. So this is a brooch wrapped in red velvet. Memento left by the Chrysalids, sacrificed for grafting. A brooch wrapped in red velvet. Traces of blood still visible. Faintly visible spirits try to convey something, but their voices cannot be heard. Alright, so that was the maiden in the, not in the War Master's shack, but near the War Master's shack. It was it Stormveil? Yeah, Stormhill shack, the Heartbroken Maiden. So we want to take that to her. There is some quest stuff involved there, but I don't want to put off the action for too long. So let's go ahead and rest, and we will try taking on the Grafted Scion. I am not very good against this guy, so be prepared. Be prepared for some cheese. And I also don't want to lose my runes, so let's go ahead and put a level into Vigor. So now if we die, we'll only lose 1,300, which is not that big of a deal. And I'm not sure if the Grafted Scion is weak against anything. Maybe fire? I don't know. Let's see if we have any greases that we can put on. And I don't think that we can summon in there, so could put additional bleed. And we'll just put on fire grease, just in case we get to a point where we can do some melee. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with cheesing a boss if you have a hard time against it or if you're struggling. There is absolutely no shame in it. We have 2 full flasks of the cerulean tears, so we might as well just spam magic for as long as we can. Get his health down as much as possible. He can attack into this room, so be careful, be aware of that. And it is the same moveset as when we fought him in the beginning. Not that we really survived long enough to experience any of his moveset. Really? Oh, look at me. Thank you. So, now you know I am not above cheesing an enemy, cheesing a boss. I am perfectly fine with that. So, as a caster, that's what you have to do. I mean, shooting and stuff from a distance, so don't put yourself in harm's way if you don't have to. Alright, so no enemies around currently, so let's take a look at that axe that we just picked up, the Highland Axe. Single-sided axe used by the warriors of the Highlands. Brave combatants begin battle by crying out their names. Roars are enhanced by this weapon. Give a war cry to rally the spirit and increase attack power, while active strong attacks change to charging attacks. And that's the skill war cry. Pretty cool. Okay, so let's do one other quick loop around in Stormveil. There's one guy upstairs. You can kill him with magic, or you can sneak up behind him. This stairway takes you up to where he was standing, right over here. And we want to run around this side. There's an item to pick up. I think it's just some arrows, so yeah, not anything super crucial, but it can be helpful. Alright, so let's go ahead and hopefully these guys don't have horns. Okay. There it is. Okay. So we're gonna sneak over this way. Yeah, they'll still see us. I guess it doesn't matter if we sneak or not. There's some in the back rows of this battlement here that do have horns, and if they blow them, obviously the attention's going to be all on you. Down here, dang it, I had meant to have Glintstone Arc because there are a multitude of rats, and throwing out Arc is wonderful. You can see I am just about dead. Dodge away. So yeah, getting surrounded by rats is absolutely no joke. There we go. Okay, so we should be safe to move forward now. And in here, this is the room where I was saying that you should probably make sure you have a stone sword key, because this one is really important to get. And we just picked up a fireproof dried liver, which is a craftable item. Cured animal liver, dried out after pickling in a red medicinal solution. Temporarily boosts fire damage negation, improving damage mitigation against attacks imbued with fire. So yeah, let's go ahead and put in, oh my gosh, wrong button. Put in the stone sword key. And we'll come on down here. And we've got a couple of treasure chests. These are well worth the cost of the stone sword key. So whether you found one and are wondering, you know, is it rare enough that I should save it, or if you spent 3,000 gold on it, these items are definitely worth it. So let's take a look at those real quick. And we picked up the Godskin Prayer Book. Give to a learned cleric to acquire new incantations. Prayer Book bound in supple skin. Incantations of the god-slaying black flame are written within. Can be given to a learned cleric to gain access to the following incantations: Black Flame and Black Flame Blade. The Black Flame is a really good spell, so I'll show you who we can give that to. And then we also got the Godslayer's Seal. Sacred Seal of the Godskin Apostles, inlaid with obsidian. Said to represent the manipulation of Black Flame. This catalyst enhances Godslayer incantations, which are two that we just read. So using this seal to cast these spells would improve them. So really, really good items. I'm not so sure about the Black Flame Blade. I know when the game first came out, it was almost useless. What's the right word that I'm looking for? How weak it was, I guess. Like, you could put the Black Flame onto your sword or onto your right hand armament, but it didn't last very long, like insignificant amount of time. So I'm just gonna come up this way real quick and show something off. Not this item, because those are just arrows. But if we continue this way, there are some enemies up here, including multiple banished knights that I don't want to deal with coming from this direction. So there's actually two of them over here, but there is a way to sneak up on both of them. And we just got another festering bloody finger, so another multiplayer item. But we'll take a different path to defeat them, so we can sneak up on them a little bit easier. So I'll try to remember to point out where we are once we get to that point. And then this is going to take us, we're going to drop down here, down towards the front gate. And these are all of the ballistas that I said would attack us if we came in through the front gate. So by taking down these enemies up here, we will be able to go pick up the items and open the gate safely. So get over here. That one hurt me a little bit more than I expected. He hit me with that storm, I can't remember which one that is. Storm something. One of the few storm ashes of war that we had picked up. Okay, good. Alright, so we can work our way up this path, but we're not going to do that quite yet because we want to come down here to the main gate, pick up these three items: a ballista bolt, a golden rune 2, and a golden rune 1. So not really worth it if you're going to come in this way and get completely blasted by all of the ballista. Oh, he's shooting arrows at us. And there's another side of grace in here. So first thing, we want to grab the golden rune 5, press this lever, and that's going to open the gate for us at the front. Come around this hole and come outside here to get Commoner's Simple Garb. So another armor set. Garb with modest cloth cape attached. Standard wear for commoners in the lands between. The board hung from the neck depicts a sprawling tree, its roots and branches forming 2 holes. This is a self-imposed shackle, a voluntary display of allegiance to the Erd tree that increases faith. Alright, so let's go back in here and at the very least touch the side of grace so that we can activate it for fast travel. If we drop back down here, we will be in the very front room, which is where Gostock currently is standing. And I did figure out what my notes meant about finding Gostock. So I think we should be okay to do this without magic. If I dodge, since I don't have any more FP flasks. But I heal myself. Okay, 1 down. These are obviously much easier to kill them from a distance with magic. Especially when you're playing as a caster. If you're playing as a pure caster, I would obviously recommend having more FP flasks. If I can pull him down here. There we go. Trying to figure out why it wasn't locking on him. I just wanted to get away from all of the archers while I was trying to fight the axe wielder. Oh my goodness. Alright, we're gonna go two-handed. Jeez. Since I'm not gonna be using magic. Good lord, lock on. Right, and then off to the back behind me. Do not go that way quite yet, especially if you are limited on flasks, as I am. There's a big enemy over there that we're gonna fight later. And honestly, I'm probably wasting my time coming up this way. Because coming up this way, there are more ballista up at the top of this hill. So as you start running up there, you just get absolutely pounded by them. And not having any flasks is very unwise. So you can see right above my helmet, there's a lion. It's more than just a lion, it's a very grafted lion. So, alright, so we've cleared out this area completely. When we go up and across that path to defeat those banished knights that I showed you, we will be able to come down this path here from the top and take out the ballista, making it easier to come down this way, and then we should be able to just defeat those 3 and come over here and fight that enemy. So instead of going back up here to the rampart tower, let's go ahead and talk to the Heartbroken Maiden, which I've given you her name, Roderica. Let's go ahead and follow her questline real quick. We'll go ahead and take the Chrysalid's memo to her.
A pleasure to see you. Did you give the little Chrysalids the message? That I love them, and that despite my craven heart, I'm sure I'll be joining their club soon enough.
Okay, so let's go ahead and give her the Chrysalid's memento. Sorry, I said memo, it's memento.
What's this? A keepsake? From my men? Oh,
keep talking to her.
They all believed in me. They all thought I'd make something of myself. Me, who can't do anything. I think I'll head to the Round Table Hold. Perhaps I'll find my purpose there. I think I'll head to the Round Table Hold. Perhaps I'll find my purpose there.
Okay, so she's gonna head to the Round Table Hold. We could go there right now and continue that conversation with her. However, we're not gonna do that. So let's do one other thing here, and I'm going to check my notes and then I will cut back to here once I know for sure which direction I need to go. Okay, I'm back, and I've already kind of cleared the way. It's not super far, but if you just run out of here and up the stairs, this is going to take us to the direction we want to go for the taking out those banished knights that are across that one walkway that I showed. So I've already taken out the guard up there and the one down here. So we want to go, well, I should probably take him out too. Trying to make sure I know which way to go once we are down there. Yeah, I do remember now. This one might be easier to go this way and avoid that bird if we can. Yeah, let's do that. We'll fall this way. Wow, I'm surprised that didn't do any damage at all. Nice. Alright, and then come over here to this little connecting pathway, and then over here. Alright, and once again, I have failed miserably because I meant to put on stone arc. Alright, so that's the walkway we went across that I pointed out, and then where we fell to do the statue. So we'll come over here, and before we fight him, let's put on the Bloodhound Fang. I'm not going to use the bubble tier yet, because there is one point where we're going to be fighting against multiple of these guys. Oh wow, that's perfect. Another really cool thing about the Bloodhound thing is that even though it's a unique named weapon, you can still put greases on it. So that was really good that he turned around. Nice. So the extra fire damage really helped right there. Cool. Alright, so let's go on across here. There is another exile off to our right. Let's take out this one first. And then the crossbow. Excellent. And come up here and get this item, which is definitely worth coming for. This one is the Crafting Nomadic Warriors Craft Book, Cookbook number 10, and this gets us the Stormwing Bone Arrows. So those are probably going to be stronger, obviously using the Stormfeather wing pinion feathers instead of the other ones. I think this is just a dead end, yeah. Alright, so we can drop down here to that platform, or we can take this ladder. Either way, it is going to take us to the same place. And we can use magic, or we can just use the Bloodhound thing. As you can see, they hit pretty hard. Oh wow, one hand. I thought I still had it one-handed, but I guess not. Alright, this is the tricky part. So, we snuck up from the other side of this platform So we have a banished knight here, and we have another one back here. What we want to try to do is get this one's attention, like that. Bring him across. And hopefully not die. If we can use the right item. There we go. Okay, that was a really lucky dodge. We got some more greaves. Let's go ahead and heal that. Heal that. And since we're going to sneak past, or kind of sneak past the other one, no we're not. I was going to say using the bubble tier there was probably a good idea. There we go. Alright, so spamming attacks, do what you have to defeat these guys. They are not easy. And we're already back up to 7,800 runes. So we picked up the bloody festering finger over there, and I'm pretty sure that's the only other item up here. So the next thing that we want to do is drop down here. If we can. I think we just need to run and try to land over there by that ballista. So let's run, curve, and jump, and roll out of the way. There is another ballista over on the other side. Oh my god, I thought that killed me. And they do shoot explosive bolts, so not only do the bolts hit you, but they also explode after a moment. So, got some crafting stuff over here, some Trina's lilies. We'll try to keep some stuff between us and the ballista there. A couple of unaware enemies. Now, thankfully the ballistas can't turn. Oh, is he throwing fire pots? So once we're kind of out of his range of sight, like straight shooting, we're safe. So come on over here and get the arbalist, which is a crossbow. A large crossbow made from composite materials. One of the largest of all bolt firing devices. Its limbs are more pliable than metallic ones, allowing bolts fired from this weapon to pierce even helms forged of steel. And then it has the kick ability. Okay, so now we are safe to drop down here and finish taking out these enemies. There should only be a couple more up here. I just want to make sure that I have some magic left, which I do. Oh, I'm out. Okay, but I can refill, which is what I want, because... Oh god, I thought someone was sneaking up on me. Let's go ahead and fight that lion beast real quick. And that is probably where we're going to end the episode. We made some really good progress that I'm very happy with. So as much as I want to use Unsheath right now, I'm not going to. Because I still have Lutel the Headless. Oh, we might not fight against the lion if I end up dying. That was too close. Oh my gosh, come on you guys. There we go. Okay. So Lutel the Headless should be fairly helpful. And we should be able to keep the lion over in that area now that I've gotten all of their attentions. Oh, this is not at all going how I wanted it to. Okay, that was alright. I really didn't want to get the archer's attention. I was hoping... You know what? Come on, Lutel. help me out with these guys. There we go. Alright, so I've used my last heal, which is fine. So we're going to do one attempt against this lion beast over here. And we're going to risk 9,999 without the use of my Wondrous Physic. Oh, he's already got his attention. Alright, so we will do that, but next time. There, if you run through here, sorry, this is going to be my little cheese strategy right now. If you run through here, there's a site of grace, so we can refill everything and then just go back and fight the lion. So I'm going to do that so that I can have full everything. So again, take the game, take advantage of the game, take advantage of what the game gives you. So now if we lose to the lion, it's not a super far run back to get our runes. And we can summon Lutel right here. We can go ahead and refill. We can use fire grease. And let's do it. So he is also a grafted lion. He's very fast, he hits very hard. Jumping attacks, special attacks, healing when you notice that you have a moment, if the buttons actually work. He is staggerable. There we go. Oh, come on. Of course I didn't actually get stagger hit on him. There we go. So 1428, a somber smithing stone 1, we get beast blood and an old fang. So let's go in here real quick, check to see we've read everything. Perfect. Alright, that was actually a really good ending to that episode. I'm going to finish off at this site of grace here while Lutel is over fighting those enemies. Just so that I can finish things off right now. And so, kind of an overview. We've kind of gone around the castle. We still have this entryway. Well, we did this here. There's still that one big open field that had like rows of enemies lined up. We're going to go through that, finish off some things on the other side of the castle before we work our way over to Godric. So, I know I keep saying 2 or 3 episodes, but these end up taking a little longer than expected, but we'll get through it as soon as we get through it. I don't want to try and keep guessing. So having fun, loving it. Hopefully you're enjoying it as much as I am. Let's go ahead and rest and finish it off with another level up. We'll put another point into mind. So thank you again for joining me. Again, I hope you're enjoying this playthrough as much as I am, and I will see you next time.